Hey Scorpio, good evening. This is Kellyanne from Divine Messages and the High Priestess Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is going to be a collective reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Scorpio. I'll be taking a look at your recent past, present, and near future energies for you, as well as any obstacles or challenges that you're currently working through. I'll be asking Spirit for advice or messages to help you along on your soul's journey as well. I've already pre-shuffled with your energy, Scorpio, so that we can get started. Please remember that if this reading does not resonate with you, check out your moon sign, your Venus, or your rising sign, because there may be some important information there in those readings that will resonate with you and help you out. Okay, so let's begin. Holy Spirit, guardian angels, my ancestors, and loved ones that have crossed. Thank you for your gift of divination, and thank you for your blessings and for your protection this evening. As I attempt to clarify and interpret these messages and advice that you are channeling through me, I ask that you please be as specific as possible, Spirit, so that I may interpret your messages clearly and provide accurate guidance to my seekers. Okay, Scorpio, so we're going to start by briefly taking a look at your recent past to see what went down, and then we're going to move into your current and near future energies for you. Okay, and I'll be clarifying everything to provide you with some accuracy and some guidance moving forward. Okay, so far we have the Nine of Swords here. So in the recent past, I'm strongly getting a sense of anxiety, worry, being all up in your head, possible headaches, sleepless nights, just overall anxiety about something. You're worried. You're very worried, very stressed here. That's what I'm picking up in the recent past. And sorry, that was my dog. My dog's got a new ball and they're fighting over it. Apologies. So what I'm strongly seeing here is that with this Three of Wands, you feel, Scorpios, that you've been patiently waiting for things to work out. Possibly you've been patiently waiting for things to improve in your current situation and in your current relationship. And you're just like waiting and waiting for your ships, but they're just not coming in. Okay. You've been like kind of feeling like you're not reaching your highest potential here. You feel like maybe you're a little upset with the decisions that you made in the recent past regarding, feeling like, did I reach my potential here? Could I have done better? And kind of beating yourself up a little bit. That's the sense I'm getting with this Nine of Swords. And there's a lot of anxiety here moving forward into your future energy, like what you're going to do about the situation. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. So let's move into your current energy, see what obstacles or challenges are for you, Scorpios, and see what's going to come out of this. Okay. Can I have some current energy, please, for Scorpios? Current energy for Scorpios. Thank you. I'm getting the Ten of Swords. So what I'm strongly getting is that something happened. The worst happened already. But it was very, very painful. Okay. It was something that was psychologically painful, emotionally painful, very hard to come back from, very hard to recover from. Whatever happened, really left you in a place that you were very, very hurt. It was a very, very painful, very traumatic situation for you. Okay. The good news is that situation is over. All right. Because it's a 10, it closed out, but you're currently still dealing with it. Okay, because it is coming up in your current energy. Now, I am seeing the World card here in reverse, and I'm also seeing the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What I'm strongly getting here is that you feel, Scorpios, that things haven't really improved much, right? You still feel like the wheel is turning against you, like in life, like you feel like things are not progressing, things are not getting better, things are not moving forward. And the reason for that, Scorpios, and I'm going to say it, how it is, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, is that you have not made any changes. You have not closed out this cycle or had a sense of completion or closure to whatever it was that caused you so much pain. Okay? You're still dealing with it right now. All right? And as long as you continue to do that, and you don't end something that was painful or continues to be painful and leaves you in a place of feeling unfulfilled and feeling like you haven't met your potential in life, this wheel is always going to remain, figuratively, in this backward turning position. Okay? Because there's no sense of closure here. It's current. It's in your current energy. So let's get some more information for this. Scorpios are very passionate, very emotional, very, it's water energy. So it's like everything is emotional, it's intuition, it's internal. And here we have this Ace of Cups. Now, you want to have this new beginning in love. You currently have been thinking about a new beginning in love. Possibly you even were thinking about having a new beginning or a fresh start with the person in your current relationship. But it's clear to me here that that's not happening. Okay. Because it's in the reverse. Okay. And like I said, with this World card in reverse, there was no sense of closure here or completion. Like it just keeps turning and turning in the same direction. It's almost like if you can think of like being on a hamster wheel where you're not going anywhere, but you're going backwards instead of forwards. That's what I'm strongly feeling. Okay, so can I have clarification for this World, please, in reverse? Clarification for the World card in reverse. Thank you. All right, we're having the Six of Pentacles. So currently, Scorpio, you want 50-50. You want to be in a situation, let me have a sip of water, where there's equal give and take, where there's reciprocity, where there's a sense of balance, where you feel like you're with someone who's a good partner, someone who's contributing not only financially, but emotionally and psychologically to the wellness and balance of this relationship. Okay, now we have a few cards that wanted to come out. Now I have the Three of Wands again, but this time it's in the upright. So what was I just saying? You want to arrive at a place where you feel, move these over so that we have some room. You want to arrive at a place where you feel like that's where you envisioned yourself, right? That's where you thought you'd be at this point in your life. Now, you do have the Judgment card. You also have the Four of Swords. I'm going to kind of smush things because I don't have room. And you have this King of Cups. So you may be dealing with a Cancer. You may be dealing with a Pisces or a Scorpio here because this is water energy. It doesn't have to be. It's just about the energy. There's definitely a situation here, Scorpios, where you're being called to make a momentous decision here in your life. Okay? And this momentous decision, blah, 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 right? Sorry about that. Marbles in my mouth. I worked all day. This momentous decision is going to have a profound effect on your future moving forward. Okay? This has to do with you being kind of called, if you will, to have a sense of release in your life where you're kind of letting go. You're giving it up to the universe. You're saying, I played my part. I was patient. I nurtured this. I did what I had to do. I tried my best. But at this point, can you throw me a bone here? Can you help me out? Whichever way this is supposed to work out, I need a little assistance here, right? It has to do with redemption, you forgiving yourself, forgiving the other person, right? So that you can move forward in a way that is healthy and in a way where you feel truly in your heart that you tried your best and now it's time for the divine to intervene. Okay? That's kind of what the Judgment card is about, right? And you always see like this angel, right? Always depicted in this card coming down like from the heavens, like saying, I'm here, I'm going to take care of it, let go and let God kind of thing. I am seeing the Four of Swords, which is absolutely a direct message that you need to heal from this situation. You shouldn't be jumping right into things. You shouldn't be, moving into things, right yet. But there's definitely a sense that, like I said, this cycle of pain and suffering, there's no closure here. I'm not getting a sense of closure. You have the world and the wheel of fortune right next to each other, right? And both, by the way, are associated with Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus. Okay. The fact that these are both upside down, that's very telling. And if you want to have this new beginning, like I said, you have to make a decision here. Okay. But in order for you to do that, you have to heal first. You have to allow yourself to heal. You have to psychologically process, mentally process what transpired, and you have to logically process why it is that you're having such a hard time having closure and completion to this scenario, Now, with this King of Cups, like I mentioned, you may be dealing with a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. Now, this is somebody who is loving. This is somebody who has a loving heart, okay? But for whatever reason, it's just this person is maybe not bringing their A game to the table, right? Because you have the Six of Pentacles here. You definitely want somebody who is able to give 50-50 in a relationship and allow you to kind of grow together, to reach kind of that pinnacle of where you feel that you can be as a couple and where you feel like you can be successful. Okay, so that's what I'm strongly getting for your current energy. Let's move into your near future energy and see what's going on. Okay, Scorpio? Okay, so I'm getting the Five of Swords. There may be coming down the pike a lot of drama and a lot of arguing about something. Definitely a sense where somebody is always trying to manipulate the other person. There's always like, whenever I see this card as a reader, I just always get the sense that there's somebody in this relationship that has a little bit of a narcissistic energy to them, because it always, no matter what, even if it's intentionally or in a passive kind of way, this person always somehow manages to make everything about them. Okay. Even if you don't even realize it's happening. It's like your needs and wants always come secondary because this person's needs and wants always trump everything that's going on, right? Whether it's a medical condition, a psychological condition, an emotional condition, a financial condition, just even their personality. It's always like this person is always having the upper hand in the situation. And it's always like your needs are being kind of pushed aside. Okay. Now you also have this Five of Wands here coming out in reverse. You strongly just want to stop this cycle here, this cycle of drama, this cycle of strife, this cycle of arguing. Fives have to do with like conflict, you know. This Five of Swords energy is like somebody that somehow always is able to kind of tilt the scales in their favor, and it always just becomes all about them, right? And because of that, you may feel the need to kind of constantly be unhappy, or it may cause a lot of arguing and fighting in the home because you're always saying, what about me, what about my needs, what about what I want, what about this and that, and you're just tired of having to do that. Now you're coming out with the Fool card, which is major for Aries. In the near future, I'm strongly feeling, Scorpios, that you just want to say, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to overthink this. I just want to have a new beginning. I don't want to even think about it. I just want to take a leap of faith and have a new start, a fresh new start that is light. I want to like not be burdened down or bogged down with all of this thought. And I just want to kind of step off on a new path. It's like a skip in your step, right? It's almost like an impulsive, like, kind of lighthearted beginning. With this Temperance card, which is major for Sagittarius, Scorpio, you may be really feeling the need in the near future to just bring balance back into your life. Okay. And again, you want to stop this arguing and fighting and strife that is caused by this narcissistic person. Okay. The temperance card really has to do with you even tempering your own self, like tempering your emotions, tempering your reactions to things, not allowing the other person to push your buttons, not allowing the other person to engage you in situations where you feel like you have to defend yourself, or you're constantly feeling like you have to argue to get your way, or you have to kind of feel like you're always backed into a corner and you always have to kind of, fight for every little thing, just to have balance in the home. You don't want that anymore. I'm strongly feeling, Scorpios, that coming down the pike is a sense of like newness in terms of your mindset here with these three cards. Like you just want to reestablish that healthy flow of energy in the home. You want to have a sense of like evenness, of level temperament in the home, right? That's what the temperance really has to do with. It's like bringing it down. And you also have with this card, there's the archangel always represented in this card also. So there's like that divine energy about this card, very similar to the judgment card in terms of the depiction. Many decks have it like that. Let me clarify some of these cards and see what's going on. Let me move these over so we have some room. Okay. Tell me about this Five of Swords. And again, remember I was saying with this King of Cups, you could be dealing with a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be, but it's possible because that is the only court card that I'm getting so far. I am also getting the Seven of Wands. I was clarifying the Five of Swords. The Seven of Wands speaks to exactly what I was just saying about you feeling like you constantly have to defend your position. You feel like this was something worth fighting for, and you feel like you're willing to defend what it is that you want here, and you feel like you want to make a strong go of it. But at the same time, with the Seven of Wands, it's like you kind of want to put yourself in like a bubble of protection, because it's like no matter what you do, it's just not enough. Like you always feel like you're kind of being attacked, right? Or things are just not good enough, or you're always made to feel like lesser than or something. That's like what I'm feeling. Like you're made to feel like you're just always like defending your position. That's what I'm strongly feeling here. Let's see about this Five of Wands, please. Tell me about this Five of Wands in reverse. Wanting to end this strife, this angst. Because remember you had the Nine of Swords straight out. That was the first card that came out for you. There's a lot of stress and anxiety here on your part. All right, now you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a mature masculine energy of somebody that is just really struggling making logical decisions that make sense. And the reason that they're struggling in making logical decisions, which normally air energy would do, is that they're having a hard time managing their emotions. Emotionally, they are all over the place. They're wonky, highs and lows, possibly, some kind of dysregulation in terms of their moods or their energy or their emotions. And they're unable to keep their emotions out of the arrangement here in order to be logical and make logical decisions. Now, this person is thinking of everything here. This person is kind of trying to process. So this could be you. But this person's having such a hard time. Remember, there's no gender in tarot. It's more about the energy. So take it how it resonates with you. This person, making logical decisions often has to do with you being objective, where you kind of push your emotions off to the side so that you can think clearly, right? It's factual, it's logical, it's using your intellect, using communication, conversation about a certain thing. But when our emotions come into it and we're feeling all emotionally upside down, it's very hard to be that. It's very hard to exhibit that energy. So that's what I'm strongly feeling here. Okay. Tell me about this fool with temperance. Tell me about this fool with temperance. Scorpios. You know what? And what I was just feeling as I'm shuffling and I'm looking at the fool card is that, wow, is that you got the Eight of Wands here. I'm thinking back to all of your past readings, guys. At least I want to say at least the past 3 or 4 readings have been so dramatic and so tumultuous, right? I'm getting a sense of like a shift here. I'm getting a sense of like the black cloud kind of, not necessarily black cloud, maybe that's a harsh way to put it, but I'm getting a sense of that lifting. I'm getting a sense that you're starting to come around, like you're starting to make sense and recognize thoughtfully your part in this situation continuing, and possibly why you allowed it to continue for so long, even though all along I'm seeing that you really were not happy. You weren't happy with your choices. You were being very patient, waiting for things to kind of, change and kind of work in your favor. Um, but I'm still seeing like with this Four of Swords, like I'm feeling like there's healing to be done, but I don't even know necessarily. I mean, there is this Ten of Swords here. So yes, there was definitely some kind of painful event that took place. But at this point, I don't even know if the healing necessarily has to do so much with that event or if it has to do with just like inner work, like work that you're doing on yourself, that could be stemming even from your past, like before this person. Um, like self-reflection type of work, like starting to see things differently, and wanting the outcome to be better for yourself. Because the person cannot give you what they themselves were not given or they themselves do not have, right? And just because a person doesn't love us the way that we want them to, it doesn't mean that they don't. But, we all have our own baggage and we all have our own issues. And sometimes, although we want a certain person to behave in a certain way towards us, because that's what we need, they themselves may not have been given that in their lives or been given that characteristic or that quality from someone else in order to turn around and kind of pay it forward, right? So what I'm kind of getting to here is what I'm feeling is, again, that although there was definitely some kind of painful, very painful, traumatic situation that happened, which is still carrying forth in your current energy, which maybe had to do with this King of Cups person, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. With this Four of Swords, I'm getting just a sense of needing to rest, temper, right? Bring it down a notch. Self-work, inner work. Now, when I pulled this Eight of Wands, I was clarifying the Fool and the Temperance card. The Eight of Wands has to do with some kind of conversation, communication, or message coming in the near future, which may bring you a lot of clarity about a certain situation, or maybe will provide you with some kind of information that you need in order to kind of feel better about embarking on this new journey or this new beginning for yourself. Okay, let's get some more for that. Now, this could have to do with travel. It could have to do with information coming from far away, overseas, or possibly even sometimes moving. But for this reading, excuse me, I strongly just feel that it's some kind of message or news or communication that's going to be coming in or coming your way, either about this person or about you feeling like you just want a fresh start, like you just want an opportunity to kind of bring everything down a notch. And look at this, the Empress. This news coming in may have to do with a Taurus, doesn't have to. The Empress to me always represents like a mother figure, a wife, somebody who's very nurturing. She kind of like brings ideas into fruition. She kind of gives birth to new things, babies, but also, new ideas. She kind of provides the nurturing energy, the structuring, the stability, within a relationship, within the home. She takes care of everyone. It's a very like selfless energy. So you might be getting information about somebody who represents this energy here, or this could even be a conversation, a communication that you're going to have that's going to allow you to come back into this kind of Empress energy where you feel like you are now, again, the divine feminine, right? You feel like you can handle stuff. You feel like, you can give your love freely to somebody without, having unchecked emotion and kind of having all this strife and drama, that I've been kind of seeing, and this unhappiness here, right? Or this Empress energy, whoever this might be the one assisting you with this information or news coming in about possibly you taking a new adventure or a new journey. It might even be about travel. Let's see. Tell me more about this Empress. Maybe you're going to take a vacation, give yourself some time off from this person, kind of heal with that Four of Swords energy. There's the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. There's definitely some kind of new beginning coming your way, right? With this Fool, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. These are all beginnings, all right? The Ace of Wands is like, this could be news also, right? It could have to do with a new beginning that you've been thinking about, something that you'd be very passionate about pursuing, something that you'd be very driven to go after, right? Some idea that you've had. Because the Page of Pentacles really has to do with somebody saying, here, like, here's a new opportunity, here's a new beginning, here's a new job, here is a new something, like something to start over, wipe the slate clean. This is something that, it has like the ability for growth. It could be financial growth, it could just be like stability, a new opportunity. But there's a lot of feeling of things like the balance shifting here, right? And things kind of winding down, you being able to see things more clearly. And again, there's definitely some kind of situation here where some information is going to come in or some news about an opportunity possibly of having a new beginning somehow here. All right. And again, I believe that it all has to do with you wanting to end this drama and strife that keeps cycling about, in your current energy here. All right, let's move into your advice from Spirit. Spirit, what advice or messages do you have for Scorpio moving forward? Thank you. Okay, so we have a few things here. We have the Magician in reverse, major for Gemini. We have the Death card. There's you, major for Scorpio in reverse. We have the Eight of Swords. What I am strongly getting here, Scorpios, is that the reason you're having such a hard time manifesting what it is that you want is because you are resisting this situation, or you're being hesitant to allowing it to end. Okay? You keep remaining, and this card has come up so many times for you, I can't even count. You keep allowing yourself to fall back into that self-defeating, self-limiting, self-sabotaging mindset. Eight of Swords. It's like you constantly say, I'm stuck, I'm bound, I'm tied here, I'm never going to get out of this. I wish I never, allowed myself to get roped back in, or whatever it is. Nobody's tied or stuck anywhere. Very, very rarely is that actually true. It's more about how you see it, how you see through your eyes. And the reason that you see that is because you have a self-limiting mindset, a self-defeating attitude where possibly you don't feel like either you deserve any better, or you just feel like it's just easier to just stay where you are and then whine about it or complain about it. And I'm not trying to be rude. People are going to, put messages in my comments and say, oh, that's not nice. But, I'm just relaying what I'm seeing here. Okay. If you want to make the changes towards your own happiness, you have to change your thinking. Nobody that has a woe is me attitude, or an attitude where you don't feel like you deserve better, is going to succeed, because you're always going to continue to seek out the same patterns of behavior over and over and over again that keep you in that type of position where you always feel lousy, right? And you have the Magician card here. You have the Death card here. This is your card. It's coming out right in the middle of your advice from Spirit, right? Spirit is recognizing that the reason you are not getting what you want, and the reason that you're not manifesting your highest goals and your highest potential, is because you're not allowing the change and transformation to happen that desperately needs to happen here. Okay? There's the possibility here of having this new opportunity and this new beginning, right? And we talked about that, Scorpios, but it has to do with you making logical decisions, leaving your emotions out of it, right? And being able to temper everything, bring everything down a notch. Don't let, your person or the situation get you in a position where there's this constant, defending, this defensive energy here, because that's not good, and allow this judgment energy to come in. Allow it to come in and take over. Stop trying to control the uncontrollable. Okay, sometimes in life, we try to force our will into things. We try to make people bend to behave in a certain way because that's what we want. But, we can't change other people. We can only change ourselves. Okay, let me get one more for that. Can I have one more for the Eight of Swords, please? One more for the Eight of Swords. As I mentioned earlier, Scorpio is water energy. Scorpio is a very highly intuitive, very passionate, very emotional energy. You have the Nine of Cups here. What was I just saying? The Nine of Cups is an energy about self. It's about your emotions. It's about your relationships. It's about your intuition. It's coming up in reverse. It's because you keep trying to seek out validation, gratification, love from other people, when really all you have to do is look within yourself. Okay? You have to fix how you see yourself. Eight of Swords, Nine of Cups in reverse. These cards go hand in hand. You have to look at yourself as a piece of a beautiful gem shining in the light and sparkling, and know that you deserve the very best, and know that you deserve to be with somebody who gives you that Six of Pentacles energy, that balance, that harmony, that 50-50, that reciprocity. Okay? You have to kind of look at yourself and do that work, the Four of Swords right here. Do that inner work that you need. Realize that, you being stuck and bound is because that's what you're choosing. You're choosing to be stuck and bound. All right? If you turn this around you'll see that this could be easily a wish fulfillment card. When you turn this around, it's this beautiful feeling of self-love, happiness, feeling emotionally abundant, feeling emotionally successful, feeling strong, feeling like, you deserve the very best. In reverse, this is the Eight of Swords, right? Self-defeating, self-limiting, what I just said. So this is the message I'm getting for you from Spirit. This is not from me. This is how the cards are coming out. All right? But that being said, like I was mentioning earlier, your past readings have all been kind of wonky, to say the least, right? There's been a lot of like drama in your past readings, but I am feeling, I have to say, and I said this before, a bit of a shift here. Almost like a bit of, I wouldn't say an epiphany, but definitely maybe possibly you're starting to understand your part in, this wheel of fortune in the world, which is now buried under here because I don't have room. Things not turning in your favor. And why is that? Right? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Right? So, it's like that saying, right? Like if you keep trying to demonstrate the same patterns of behavior and you expect a different outcome, you're going to be disappointed, right? You have to change your own behavior or your response to someone else's behavior, because especially in long-term relationships where your patterns of behavior have already been established, right? And they're very hard to break. It becomes habitual, how we react to one another. So unless somebody completely changes that pattern, and any therapist will tell you this, and you break the cycle, nothing's going to change. So whether you're choosing to remain in this situation or whether you're choosing to, seek a new beginning for yourself, it all comes down to how you see yourself and what you feel you ultimately deserve and where you want to see yourself moving forward, right? I always say to people, life is not a dress rehearsal, right? You only get one shot. You get one shot here. So, you need to make the best of it, So, all right, Scorpio. So this is what I have for you, okay? I hope that this reading has helped you in some way. If so, please comment, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. Every little bit helps my family. I appreciate your support so very much. All right, those subscriptions are what really help us, grow on YouTube. So I appreciate it. Hope to see you at your next reading. Please always remember to keep gratitude in your heart, no matter what. Thank you, and God bless.